So Matthew Lewis and I were talking about this. What is the scandal here, and what provokes such outrage? It's kind of awkward. I'm walking down the street here, so it's kind of an awkward subject to talk out here, but I'm just trying to do a really quick live stream, something kind of brief. But I'm really upset right now, and I don't understand how people don't get this. I was just talking with a friend who I just unfriended. I'm not naming him right now because it's not about that. I'll just say this. I don't understand. Okay. If someone had said even 10 years ago, just going to kill those N-words, as a joke even. If they said that as a joke, wouldn't most sane, rational people see it? Okay, I don't think we should demonize scapegoat the guy, but I understand why they fired him. I understand, that makes sense. Doesn't that make sense to most people out there? I mean, you guys, chime in here. Does that make sense? Makes sense to me. This is leagues beyond that, even, because of the fact that children are our most sacred prize, our asset. It's demeaning to even use those words because they're people. And they are in a state of innocence that, oh gosh, I'm a little tired, and also I'm just kind of almost seeing red. I'm not trying to get swept up here in irrationality, but it's still upsetting, Children who do not even know right from wrong. If you abuse them, especially, okay, and here's another thing. They're still in a state of development, and it's almost impossible to reverse that once you've set the child in to their development, like usually around 4 years of age, from what I understand. But even after that, they're still adding on some developmental factors. They're below. They're not developed with the puberty and all that. These are red lines you do not cross, and you don't make light of it. How can you make light of that? And how is that even funny to anyone who isn't at least partially titillated by it? Who doesn't at least partially get giddy at the thought of it in some way? Explain that one to me. Who else finds that funny? I mean, is there somebody? Am I taking crazy pills? Is there somebody out there? I told a story about a guy I worked with. I didn't work in the same department, but I worked at Walmart 2003. And this guy worked in the photo department. And he walked back with me to my department, toy department. And so he saw some little kids playing in the aisle. And then he told me, he decided this would be a great time to tell me a little funny joke. He said, what's so great about kids? And I was like, what? And he whispered in my ear, how big your looks in their little hands. I turned and looked at him and was like, are you fucking serious right now? Did you just tell me that? Did you really just say that? And I basically blackballed him in my own way. I just distanced myself from the dude. One time he came back after, he'd left, and I guess I was already outside, and he just started talking to me. Sit down next one of the lawn chairs next to me, and he ended up telling me he stole stuff from work. This guy's a creep. Anyway, he had that look too. He had this sort of stocky, sort of just the whole creep-tastic look. And once he said that joke, I was like, oh wait, oh wow, is this guy, is he a kitty diddler? And so That's where my mind goes. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't understand who else would find that funny. Anyway, so that's, I highly suspect, and most people do. So this is a huge, at least, at the very, very least, this is a huge PR issue. And I think normally, this guy was comparing me to feminist. Are you serious? This is normally when there's a big PR issue and people acknowledge that it's smart to fire someone if the PR issue is so deep and so fundamental that there's no erasing it. And there isn't, or any erasing with that. Alt-righters, come on. Are you kidding me? Like, it's only the alt-right upset over this? Because Cernovich is not even alt-right, but I mean, most average Americans think that that's disgusting. Most people probably, you know, I suspect around the world think it's disgusting, but I don't know about all cultures, you know, but you know what I mean. So, yeah, it's pretty disgusting. Now, what is so disgusting about it? It's because, you know, he tried to compare it to the fact that, you know, 10 years ago, he actually advocated for nuking people, you know, like, in a serious way, like he advocated for it. And I call bullshit on that. You know why? Because this is, first of all, it's children. David, damn liberal. I must be a white supremacist because I hate jokes about child abuse. I mean, that's not what this guy said, but I've seen that, like, oh, all these white supremacists are upset about child abuse, or jokes about child abuse. It's like, you guys not see how you're just losing the whole debate? Anyway, he compared it to nuking people. Okay, so children, you know, children will inevitably be caught up in a nuclear disaster, of course. So that is abominable. It's disgusting and all that. But take it a level beyond. Okay? We're not just talking about a means to an end. And that's not just. Understand? I'm not saying that's just, like, it's only, you know, that's abominable and it's delusional and all that. And, you know, that's my opinion. But this is taking it a level beyond, because not only are you doing that to a kid, you're targeting them specifically. It's not even a means to an end. It's just you get some kind of kick out of doing it, whether it's Schadenfreude or particular perverted lust or something like that. It's a specific targeting of them, and either doing that seriously, approvingly, or even making light of it is crossing a bright red line that just does. There's just nothing to. There's no way you can tolerate that. I don't understand. How did we get here as a society that we're actually arguing this? And he said it's not because he likes the media like Rick and Morty and Guardians of the Galaxy. It's not because of that, because he would defend Amy Schumer. Come on. If Amy Schumer started joking about molesting kids, no, I'm sorry, fire her ass. I just say fire for like milder stuff, like just somewhat slutty stuff. But I mean, if it's the certain kind of outlet that's just slutty, slut enabling outlet, I don't know. If it's like that, you know, one of those outlets, then I guess, well, just go to hell, guys. I mean, go to town on your perversions, I guess. But I don't care who you work for. If you're joking about that, no, because that sets a precedent, and then we're talking about having these people employed. They're enabling, they're sort of giving it a sort of tolerable feel to it. And then you're setting a precedent by just keeping them in that position. And you know, the guy deleted his video 10 years ago or something like that. But of course, it's just, it would just be just as much be a PR issue back then as it is now, even if it wasn't as widely known. So what? So it doesn't mean he like really is remorseful and all that, and he's changed his mind. He doesn't any longer think children are attractive in that way. Because again, like I said, I don't know who else would find that funny. But anyway, I just had to get all that off my chest. Like, somebody tell me how I'm wrong, or how I'm way off. My attitude is wrong. I'm just seeing red. I'm swept up in a moral panic, a hysteria. Okay, so should we never get upset about anything that happens? It's words, but words are important. This is something I see that's wrong. So wrong, utterly wrong about this sort of modernistic I guess, you know, yeah, it's sort of a modernistic, maybe, you know, postmodernism believes that words are of utmost importance. So, you know, modernist outlook, bias, a slant that believes that it's just words. You know, words don't have symbolic power that kind of guide our actions and the way we think about the world, and thus the way we act within the world. They're just words. Come on. Are you people freaking kidding me? Anyway, I thought I'd maybe do another live stream tomorrow or something. Maybe, but I feel like, I don't know, maybe I got it all off my chest, but what do you guys think? All right, later. I'm out.